Good afternoon. A teenage girl has narrowly avoided becoming the latest victim of Sydney's bloody gangland war after a gunman attempted to shoot a man outside a school in our west. His gun jammed as he tried to pull the trigger, giving the man and girl time to run. Clementine Cuneo reports.
Sydney's underworld has hit a new low, this time a schoolgirl caught up in a brazen daylight attempted shooting. Police said a 44-year-old man stopped outside a school in Sydney's southwest about 3 p.m. yesterday. A 14-year-old girl hopped into the vehicle with him. While the pair was still parked, police say an unknown man dressed in black approached the vehicle and pointed a handgun at the driver. The driver jumped from the car and ran, and that's when the gunman pointed the weapon at the girl. Chilling video shows the terrified pair running from the scene.
You'd be frightened, wouldn't you, with a gun?
Police said the gun appeared to jam and didn't fire.
Who knows what their motives are, you know, these days.
Neither the man or the girl was physically injured. The brazen attempted shooting comes just days after a teen gunman allegedly pumped up to 30 bullets into a function centre at Punchbowl on Saturday afternoon. We'll have the full story for you tonight, as well as some new details in our bulletin at 6 p.m.
A teenage boy has been charged over a jet ski crash that claimed the life of his friend on the Georges River in Sydney South. 15-year-old Mitchell Irvine died at the scene almost 1 year ago. Nick Overall spoke to his heartbroken family.
Well, these charges come 11 months after the tragic crash in Sylvania. The 15-year-old driver of the jet ski is set to face court on July 22nd, 1 year to the day since Mitchell Irvine lost his life. The pair were riding on the Georges River when the driver lost control, crashing the jet ski. 15-year-old Mitchell was killed. The driver, who was 14 at the time, was taken to hospital in a critical condition. He lost an arm in the accident. Mitchell's family today calling for tougher laws around jet skis.
What's the acceptable number of deaths in New South Wales before we make a change? In my view, it's always zero. The two boys were 14 and 15 at that time. Now, they would never have had the opportunity at the age limit of being 16.
They didn't have a licence.
The driver, who is now 15, faces 2 charges. 1 count of dangerous navigation, occasioning death. 1 count of operating a recreational vessel negligently causing death. We'll have the full interview with Mitchell's parents in the news at 6 tonight.
US Navy bases have come under attack this afternoon, Iran sending drones flying after a series of American retaliation strikes. The fresh fighting comes after a US helicopter was brought down over the Strait of Hormuz. Our US correspondent Rob Scott reports.
It was in the dead of night that the US chose to strike, hitting Navy and Army bases along with radar facilities and command and control sites along Iran's southern coastline. Retaliation for the downing of an Apache helicopter struck by an Iranian drone while on patrol over the Strait of Hormuz. The US dispatching a drone boat to quickly rescue the 2 pilots who weren't badly injured. But Donald Trump promised there would be a response. US Central Command confirming a few hours later it had launched what it called self-defense strikes against Iran, saying the mission is a proportional response to unjustified Iranian aggression. Tehran's retaliation was swift, launching drones and missiles towards US military targets in the region. The Iranian foreign minister posting, "Our powerful armed forces will leave no attack or threat unanswered. Leave our region if you want to be safe." How this impacts the ceasefire that has been teetering on the edge for weeks, or the peace negotiations, which Donald Trump said yesterday was just 2 or 3 days away from being completed, remains to be seen.
Trump truly wants a deal, and I actually think the Iranians want a deal. But until we can stop shooting at each other, nobody's going to come to the negotiating table.
US officials, though, remain optimistic, saying today's strikes were only meant to serve as a warning shot to Iran, and they're still hopeful that a deal to end the conflict can be reached.
A suspicious fire has destroyed a home in Sydney's west this morning, leaving a woman inside with minor burns. Flames ripped through the South Granville property just before 4 a.m, spreading from piles of rubbish that had been set alight in the front yard. Neighbouring residents were forced to evacuate.
My neighbour's house is on fire. Get stuck in there. Everything's exploding. It keeps exploding.
Police are now investigating. A 23-year-old man has been charged over a home invasion in Greystanes last night. It's alleged he broke into a house on Marylands Road just after 9:30, assaulting the 23-year-old man inside. The resident was treated for minor injuries and his alleged attacker has been refused bail. Accused Bondi gunman Naveed Akram has been hit with 19 new charges over the massacre on December 14 that killed 15 people. He's yet to enter a plea. We'll have full details coming up this hour. Speculation is growing that the federal government could give special consideration to capital gains tax for startups and tech businesses. It's raising more questions over Labor's budget, which continues to attract fierce criticism. Here's our political reporter, Jasmine Turlings.
Good afternoon. The federal government says it is consulting with the sector given its unique characteristics. Its bill will head to a short inquiry which will report back by the next Senate sitting later this month. The opposition is criticising Labor for holding only a 2-day hearing into the reforms which were rubber-stamped in the lower house last week. The government needs the support of the Greens to get its budget through the upper house, but this morning the Prime Minister wouldn't be drawn on the proposed carve-outs.
This is the second inquiry that we've had. The first one was initiated by the Greens, the Liberals and the Nationals last year.
Business owners hate it, startups hate it, investors hate it, overseas capital hates it. It's going to grind our economy to a halt.
You can't have them go through all that stress and then not know exactly what the tax laws would be at the end, because the Labor Party are making it up as they go along.
Meantime, One Nation has launched an advertising blitz firing back at Labor's recent donation drive. The party is asking supporters to chip in $29, the figure a cheeky dig at Labor's similar call out to its own faithful for $27. According to One Nation's website, it's rocketing towards its goal of $1 million since it launched the campaign this morning.
We do ads all the time. We do ads all the time because we have supporters.
He lied to Australian people and they're rightly angry about it. No wonder they're looking for alternatives.
The opposition has left the door open for a preference deal with One Nation at the next election, but Nationals leader Matt Canavan says his party isn't seeking a coalition with them.